Palim Palim, and welcome to the next episode of This Ain't a Dating Show XXX, the video podcast from Masters in Cash for the dating industry. Today's we have again a very interesting guest, a real OG in this industry. His name is Wendisch, and he is the tool of all trades. In Germany, we also call it Tausendsasser or Hans Dampf in allen Gassen, because he is not only an affiliate himself. No, he was also working for several advertisers, and he is also working for an ad network with the name Twinred. Most of you heard about this ad network already before, and he has insights on a lot of different things. So I'm very glad to speak with him today, not only about the business as an affiliate, but also working for an ad network and how people that are in the dating sector and buying traffic can hustle the most revenue and profits out of traffic with Twinred or sell traffic to them in a very good way. I know him since 10 years or something like this. For the people that don't know you 10 years, the ones that don't know you 9 years, can you please introduce yourself a bit to them? I drink my coffee in the meantime.
Yeah, enjoy it. Actually, I'm surprised that you call me Nicolas. I think after 10 years, it's the first time you call me like this. So the most people actually know me as Nico.
It's a very formal format that we have here.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm doing this adult stuff since 15 years. I actually watched it up before the episode because I was curious about it, how long it's already been. And yeah, as you said, I did a bunch of stuff actually, starting in adult actually as a publisher. That much people doesn't know that. We started with SlapDrive. That was some kind of file hosting services back in the days. And from that, I was growing into an ad network, got a position there, and yeah, then things started rolling. You look into other stuff like media buy, as you said, I was doing affiliate stuff on the side, not only on adult, also on mainstream. Biggest company itself I was running on my own was Slim Spots, actually back in the golden CPA days.
Mobile.
Yeah, the good one. And yeah, after that, it's going a bit more back to the roots, back to the sales perspective for advertising part, but still conversion optimization and some marketing stuff itself is a lot on my daily business. And
was there a time when you were focusing more on affiliation, or were doing only affiliation, or it was mostly that you were making your own traffic projects, but you were also working or consulting companies? It was always like this?
Also always a bit mixed. For example, after I was doing the publisher part, I went to Jan of Aero Advertising for a while. After that, I jumped into media buying for pornme.com, for example. That was back in the days one of the biggest amateur sites in German market.
What was the name? Zaretzky? Tony Zaretzky, yeah.
Yeah.
He died, right?
Yeah, that's true. He died a couple of years ago.
Also not an age to say goodbye to this world.
Not really, but yeah. I mean, he was always enjoying his life. That was some kind of lessons he actually told me, but also I think everyone who was in touch with him, that it's very important that you enjoy what you do. And life can be short, huh?
Yeah.
Part of it.
Okay, and now you are, I know that you have your own little traffic projects. Still, I don't know how active you are with them, but you are also part of the Twinred team. So how long is this now?
That's actually pretty fresh. 1st of August was my first day at Twinred. Some kind of weird start, because actually I was getting sick with Corona during my first days. So everything got a bit postponed. But yeah, it's super exciting to be part of the team. especially also I know Peter for also 7-8 years, but he was working on a different part of our business during that time. So sometimes it's nice to see how things moving, shifting, and how people are coming together. Like me and you having now, for example, this podcast. Back in the days with Broker Babe, we did business together. Some little family, I always say.
Yeah, this is what I like in this job. I mean, people that are outside, they are looking at not only the dating, but in general the adult industry, and they are like, oh, that's such an interesting topic. But I don't think that's the real interesting part, because after 2-3 weeks, it's getting a business like everything else. It's really like this community that it's very small and very unique, and in mainstream it's way bigger. So the family is also bigger. So you don't have too many people that are so close. You don't know so many people when you walk across the show floor and so on. So I love it as well.
Yeah, but it brings also a lot of more responsibilities for yourself, but also for the company you're representing. You have always, everything clear. Need to have a clean table. Like, for example, I remember Webmaster Access, like during the last months of the mobile billing high time, let's say, where some companies was screwing up our business and scammed us for a lot of money. And their reputation is burnt in the industry. That's something different in adult, because the amount of companies is pretty small, and the faces are well known. You always have to be transparent, fair, and you have to stick to your word.
I think also, speaking about the faces of the companies that you are hiring at the moment at Twinred, it's still up to date?
Yeah, that's still up to date.
So you can also mention quickly what position or positions you have free. These podcasts are watched between 100 and 1,500 people. So God knows how interesting we both are, how interesting you are, because it's always me. So when it's 100, it's with me. When it's 1,600, it's with me. But the audience is, of course, only from this industry. So please say what jobs you have free. Maybe there is a person, and I put also your contact details downstairs so they can reach out to you or to me, and I forward it to you.
Yeah, thanks for this. So basically, we are looking for some people for the advertising department. Can be a junior, but also a senior. We don't mind about that. But also media buying part is something we are looking into. We're looking for some fresh, talented, but also curious personalities to grow there more. Actually.
And it's remote work, or it's like in an office?
Depends a bit on how, on your own status. A junior, for example, I would love to see more in the office, of course. But for a senior, I don't have an issue with working remote, as I do.
I guess you work also remote, right?
Yes, exactly. I prefer to stay in the cold and gray Germany instead of the sunny Barcelona.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with its pros and cons. Okay, so if you are fitting this role in whatever way or for whatever positions, there are ways to reach Nico or Nicolas, or over me, and maybe it's relevant for some persons watching it. So we have here always like a category. It's tell me, it's A and B questions, nothing wild, to quickly get a bit more information about the person. And I have also prepared something for you. And the first question is actually only functioning proper because you are not in a city. So the question is, do you spend your time preferred with dogs or with horses?
That's the worst question you could ask. B, because A died.
Oh, I thought you have a new one.
No.
Okay. We jump then directly to the next question. It's like also a bit weird to ask now this, but do you prefer German comedy or international comedy?
International.
Well, you can also say I'm German, I hate everything that is funny.
Yeah, that's also true. But my parents let us grow up with sitcoms like Married with Children.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. And I have to say that Married with Children was very well localized for the German market.
Yeah, that's actually true.
They had jokes about Klaus-Jürgen Busow from the Schwarzwald Clinic and so on, because the original jokes what we saw shows that nobody knew in Europe. Yeah, great show. Yeah. The next question also a bit German related. You prefer beer or shots?
Beer.
Beer. And now we come to a bit more like a business part. You prefer to work with SEO traffic or with paid traffic? When you send traffic somewhere. Now with Twinred, you have to say, of course, paid traffic, right?
Yeah, of course. There's no room for another.
I cannot see you because I have only this phone camera here. It's better than my laptop camera, but you can make now like this and say Twinred or something like that. Then when it comes to products, speaking especially about dating, you prefer to work with the casual offers or with niche offers? Niche. What niches you were working in?
The common ones, no? So starting, for example, Gmail. I mean, you know it from Masters in Cash.
Yeah, it's our main niche, our best niche.
Yeah, and it's always like this. For example, the Flirt Cash guys, they are going into some other niches that are really extreme and absurd. Like we Germans love it sometimes. At least everybody believes that. Yeah, but those are the more interesting markets. But it's also more interesting for the affiliates to push it because it's sticking out a bit more from the regular stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I can judge it from the numbers, of course, only for Gmail and BDSM. But the ROIs for us and also the conversion rate for the affiliate, if they have traffic, is way higher than on all the other offers. It's also way more successful than, for example, BDSM.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you on that. Also, I know your numbers from a couple of years ago when I was doing the media buy. That was also the case that we could also always for the Gmail traffic, for example, put much more higher prices. Of course, volumes are more limited, but yeah, the performance was just better.
Chicks with sticks. And now the last AB question. You prefer spending your time as an affiliate or working as an account manager on the network side? What is more fun for you? Or you have a Twinred account manager?
No, actually, it's a mix of. I have to be fair. It's a mix of both. I enjoy working with clients and with customers. It's always been like this, and it will be. But on the other hand, if you do affiliate stuff, back in the days, it helped me always to keep my mind fresh. Actually, watching into funnel marketing and stuff like this, which is a very important part of our business. But normally, you don't do it that much when you are working with a client because you have a different angle to watch on it.
Okay, that was already the AB questions. Now we speak about really the two different fields of business that you are in. One time the affiliate part and then the traffic selling, traffic buying part. We start with the affiliation. But maybe the insights you have even more from the traffic selling. What type of dating offers you see booming nowadays?
There is not that much difference, actually. What I see lately is that we have more also affiliates jumping on the niche train, that they are trying to, on the one side, buy engaged traffic, but also changing the angle a bit. from straight to some kind of bisexual contact and push it to a gay product, which seems to be working well. But beside that, there is not that much going on the dating itself. The wheel is not reinventing itself so that often. So dating is dating at the end of the day. Of course, you can watch a bit into the niche. Like you said, Gmail is a cash cow always. But also, yeah, some gay stuff is booming more on it. And yeah, the rest is more...
Why do you think this is the case? It's like our society that is like preaching LGBT as like the new normal, that people are more curious about it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a part. It's, I mean, the way how our sexual life has changed rapidly over the last 20 years, and you're getting more transparent and public with some stuff. For example, if you said like 10 years ago you're bisexual, for a woman, every guy was this is nice, and if you say this as a man, you're getting shot, and this is changing also a bit.
Now they shoot the woman.
Yeah. Although you're gluing yourself somewhere, I don't know.
It's interesting how the society is shifting in this field. For me personally, I like it a lot that everybody can live their sexuality as they want. What I don't like is this woke culture and cancel culture, that when you are not agreeing with all the stuff to the extreme, that I don't know, elementary school has already sexual education, and that there are now 50 genders, that you can lose your business and so on. I think that's horrible, a horrible development from, hey, we just want to walk hand in hand on the streets and not be attacked, and then to get married, what is all cool, to, hey, everything has to be now like we wanted. I think it's a bit too much.
Yes, absolutely. But also this cancel culture, I don't know why, but it's popping up like crazy lately. I mean, in Germany, it starts already with how to gender correctly, and it's just, yeah, it's not really solving our problems we have. Like, for example, this gender stuff was more about, yeah, how respect for women and other genders, which we all have. I mean, at least all people I know. There was never an issue, but it's more some kind of issue for the young generation. But yeah, this topic is getting a bit political than now. But
yeah, it is complicated.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you were saying that the dating offers are not really reinventing themselves, and yeah, that's of course true. But do you see maybe in the promotion tools and way of promotion trends, stuff that was not around like a few years ago or something like this, that gets now more and more important?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the marketing part is constantly getting involved. For example, those pre-lenders, everyone of us knows, with those weird questions, they are there already for a while. That has been a new trend since, I don't know, 10 years or even a little bit more. Lately, you see more that contextual advertising is getting more important, or you do some advertorial stuff that is, or comparison pages. That's a trend that is coming actually from mainstream, because, for example, if you was looking up for a Dyson for cleaning your home, you was getting a lot of results where you have product comparisons, and the guys were sending it to Amazon or some other stores. And this is a trend that is coming to adults as well. So,
and it has, for God's sake, also not surprisingly, but it has very good quality.
Yeah, because the user is then really up to, into this recommendation. For example, if you got the new Masters in Cash dating product as first position with a nice text through it as a recommendation, then you're signing up, and then he has some more trust actually into the product. Of course, it's something how you influence the opinion of the user.
I mean, he was already seeing for many years on the tube sites that there are hot MILFs in the neighborhood, and Yeah, then in the end, there were maybe not too many MILFs, right? At least not in this neighborhood. So
that
yeah,
reminds me to a little story. We were that was during SlimSpot's time. We were visiting the traffic partner guys in Hamburg, and they had some TV commercials running, like in the night, like a lot of companies do, and they had a clip saying you can meet in the hot, well, I don't know the name anymore, the hot Andrea looking for sex around your area. And in Munich, they catched a bunch of guys running through the gardens of some people, and they was watching for this girl they saw in the commercial. Like it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. These people should not watch TV at all.
Yeah.
But you can finish the story now really interesting if you say, by the way, they found her.
I wish it would be like this.
So changes in approaches with pre-lenders, changing with review sites is one thing. Then we have requests like crazy, and it becomes for us, but also for a lot of others, more important is API.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on API?
It depends on which end of the API you're sitting. For an affiliate, I would always love to use it because it gives me a lot of more flexibility. Also, when I run a lot of traffic, of course, it can happen that you buy the same user again, so you can build yourself a cascade of different offers to send the user to. You can run a check if you have submit the user already to offer 1, then you send it to offer 2. But you also can create your own funnel design, which is more and more getting important for running buy traffic successfully, because you need something where you stick out. And this is something you can do with an API pretty nicely.
Plus, you can collect the data. You can also make a push collection and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, or you can build your own email database, and then you have this data set for your records, and you can push whenever you want some newsletters through it. There are some more options actually how you can monetize a couple of more times the traffic you have tried before.
So API is actually not like the first thing somebody does when you send the first click in your entire life. You will not send it to API. You start somewhere from the bottom. If somebody is watching this now and he was never running traffic, or she was never running traffic, not paid traffic, not SEO traffic, what you would recommend somebody that is completely new starting as an affiliate and want to make a living in dating? Don't do it.
Limiting. Nah, that's, of course, things are getting harder. As more players you have the market, but I think first of all, you have to get into the business itself. So you have what I always say to someone: read and check also what others are doing, because you of course you have to build some knowledge on marketing part, but also on the buying part. It's not one thing you have to learn and then the rest will come from itself. So it's a learning process. Actually, you're walking through like with everything. Of course, you can start with copying flows from others. That's what's happening in the industry every day. Because, for example, you have tools like Complexity or Spy Push, whatever, that are showing you which funnels are hot at the moment, that are used intensely on a couple of ad networks. But this is just one part of the game. Then you know, okay, they are buying there the traffic, that's the funnel, okay, then that's a affiliate program, I copy the stuff. But the knowledge transfer you're missing here is that you have to understand why is something is working, and that's a very important part. You have to be patient. You will
especially
fail,
with SEO.
With SEO, a lot, yeah. It takes time until the rankings are coming. Sometimes then Google is doing an update and you're getting screwed again. But at least on SEO, you don't have that much cost you invest. You buy a server, you buy a domain, and the rest is typing or asking a ChatGPT, for example, to do the content for you. Works in some niches as well.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, it's still working, but it just ended like this. Okay, yeah, ChatGPT, this is like, or AI is in general such a big topic. For the moment, by the way, Google is not considering any penalty when you have auto-generated texts. They are still looking that it's like really valuable. So if it's like a valuable information, it doesn't matter if it's written by a machine or by hand. But let's see how this will be in the future. And there is anyway now a big competition, especially between Bing and Google. And Google made a very embarrassing appearance when they presented Bart. Bart was answering the questions wrong and so on. Horrible. I bought 2 days before I bought stocks directly like 15% down or something like this. But it is as it is. It could have gone the other direction as well.
Yeah, what a nice investment you just did.
You know what I think? Google has way more data than anybody else on this planet, most probably. And AI is the most important, how much data you have. Of course, the code is important as well and the operator of the system. But I think Google is not too far away from having the code really perfect. But they had so much pressure after Microsoft invested in ChatGPT, like 1 billion, that they wanted to release something quickly. And this was a big mistake. If they would have released it, let's say next month, it would be maybe a completely different thing. So I'm like confident that all these issues will disappear.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Also that Google rushed into the thing a little bit because they were forced. The growth that ChatGPT was showing, that was insane. Like how many users jumped into it so quickly, that was crazy to see. It was the fastest growth of the site.
Exactly. There was this, how long it took pages to reach 1 million users. And I don't know, I think the second fastest was TikTok with a few months, and ChatGPT made it in like 2 weeks or so. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, that's about AI. Maybe we come later on back to this topic. And that's also for your affiliate part. Let's speak a little bit about the network part and Twinred. There are like many dating advertisers, also many ad networks out there. But what makes Twinred stand out? Are there any special sources? Are there any special filters and buying options why people should work with Twinred?
The sources, and I'm super honest when it comes to the term exclusive. Because this exclusive flag is abused a lot over the last years. So if I say we have something exclusive, it's really the case, and I think that's also the only point for each network to stand out, to make a difference on the sources or on the ad spot. Some have the post roles, we have the pre-rolls. So every network also has its pros and cons. And at the end, it's about the advertiser, but also of the relationship he has to the network to get the most out of it.
What are golden nuggets in your system? How can people squeeze out the most results from Twinred? Are there special filters as well? Or are the account managers extremely helpful to share insights? How should somebody work with you to make the most out of it?
First of all, reaching out to your account manager, because he knows the best, because every account manager we have is dealing with a wider range of products.
And so everybody gets an account manager, because that's also important. Or you have something like the person has to spend minimum 10K and then gets an account manager. How you make it?
We say everyone gets an account manager. That's intense. It's super time consuming, but it's also most of the times it's worth of in terms of the effort you put into that. And you can prevent also a lot of issues up front, because all networks are with the targeting pretty equal, but there are also some special tricks, I would call it, or some stuff when AM can be helpful in terms of the setup, or suggesting sites that are working well or geos that were working well, giving suggestions on the creative part. So yeah.
And are there any special settings you would recommend nearly everybody to try on Twinred or in general when they are doing media buying? This is like a must, beside of course selecting the geo. What you would recommend for settings to start with?
Always split up as much as possible. So split up devices. Never run desktop, tablet, and mobile within one campaign, and it has different performances. Same goes for geos. And make sure that you use a tracker. I mean, it's the basic thing, but if you want to get the most of all of the media buys, you have to watch from A to Z what's happening with the traffic, where it's productive, where you're losing, because it can be on several stages. Sometimes the KPIs from the banners are not good because CTR is too low. Then you have to switch from CPM to CPC, for example. Then you see that you're losing the traffic or the user on the pre-lender, or later on the advertising end with the conversion.
And you said, hey, never run together desktop, tablet, and mobile. There are, of course, also other device types. Do you see in your network people that are interested, for example, in buying smart TV traffic, Kindle traffic, PlayStation traffic? Are there people that are buying this kind of traffic, and what they do with it if they are doing it?
We don't see it that much. It's a topic, but it's more for VR actually, that people are looking for this kind of advertising, and especially for this kind of content. There are some products out there working for that. Smart TV, it's some kind of rising, let's say, but it's not that popular as other things, I would say. And I'm not sure, and personally, I'm not even sure if it ever will be. I don't know how you see that as a dating advertiser, but I don't think that much people are sitting there with their remote control of the television and trying to type in their username.
I don't see that. I don't see that neither. It's now, this question is not even so much related to the dating industry, but in general, what people are doing with this kind of traffic. I have now the first time in my life, or since 1 year, a smart TV. I never used it. I moved around so often. There was always a TV. It's some old stuff. I just connected it with an HDMI cable to watch Netflix or something like this. That's it. Now I have the first time a smart TV, and it's very nice, I have to say, but I cannot imagine, even with a keyboard, to go there online and do something else. With VR devices, something I was not thinking about until you mentioned it now, it's maybe a little bit different. There I can imagine that in the next 5 years or so, you never know how fast it develops, that there will be like really this super crazy virtual reality metaverse dating sites. Most probably you remember it, like 9 or 10 years ago, there was I think it was called Label Sex. You remember it?
Oh yeah, Label Sex. No, there was a further one.
I only remember Label Sex, where you had like this, I don't know how far they developed it, but I remember that it was like you had these avatars and you were walking around with these avatars and you were making virtual gifts. Most probably this website was really ahead of its time, but maybe technology-wise and what the people have at home, it was not ready for that. But I can imagine that VR traffic will be very soon, or in the next years, quite important to have dating sites in the metaverse. This I can really imagine.
Yeah, absolutely can be. We can check on the podcast episode in 5 years how far we went.
And we will say, wow, we are so visionaries. We should be the next Elon Musk. And instead of this, we are sitting here making this podcast. Okay. What else we have here? Actually, that's practical. No. We were speaking now on buying traffic from you. Now it's also about if you are an exclusive source and you want to sell to Twinred, what are the advantages for these people?
Also, first of all, the account manager, because that's something we have on the publisher department as well. You're getting instantly a super nice account manager. And yeah, of course, the support is also technical based. So like we have quite often publishers who have issues with their pre-rolls. So we're giving a helping hand on that part as well. Also, when there's stuff happening, like for example, publisher was sending more traffic as he's supposed to get, then we have the communication within the team and check with the advertiser he's taking that bite as well. We try always to be fair to everyone. So it's not like we are focused more on the advertising part or more on the publishing part. This environment just works perfectly when both sides are coming together. So yeah, everyone is getting the same attention no matter what he is in the system for. And yeah, we love to have this personal contact, because this is actually at the end what's making a relationship grow.
With all the AI stuff and all the technology, it matters in the end the person in this small industry.
Yeah, the downside of an AI is always you have to watch what the AI is doing at the end of the day. So it's of course there's a lot of advantages, but you always have to be in charge and control of the technology you're using.
Okay, that's actually with the question. The last thing to finish here is the golden nugget. So the golden nugget is about you with 15 years of experience sharing the best advice that we have not heard 100 times. So not like you have to network, like this we heard even 1,000 times. So what is the best advice that is not so common?
Read and learn, I would say.
Read and learn. Anything you recommend to read?
There are a bunch of interesting books out there, but as we talk about marketing, at the end of the day, when it's about buying traffic, I would definitely look into neuro copywriting and this kind of stuff, or the basic rules of marketing. What are the triggers you can use on the landing page? What do you need to make a user convert? And also put that into your daily life. Like for example, if you go into the supermarket, look why stuff is arranged like it is. Like why you have the vegetables in the store opening with fresh baked bread. All this marketing is around us a lot of times. So yeah, take this, learn about it, and then put it on your campaigns actually.
And most important, watch all the podcasts that we record.
Of course.
Okay.
Sorry to miss that.
So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much, Nico. That was like a very pleasant talk. And now after this 1 hour talk, you are back, Nico, and not Nico last week, because we are growing here again. So thanks, Nico, and thanks, Masters in Cash, for presenting.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, next time you can call me Neo Walmrot. Yeah, then we have really all my nicknames in the industry covered.
Yeah, I remember that time, the good old Neo Walmrot. Okay, have a great day. Bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.